Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Mike Mittman. On this week's episode, we'll take a look at a summer camp for girls, a unique device used in physical therapy, and a local farm distillery. All that and more coming up on The Peak. Northampton Community College is one of Pennsylvania's most affordable colleges. Let's learn more.
With campuses in Bethlehem Township, Northampton County, and Tannersville, you're sure to find many educational opportunities at Northampton Community College. Founded in 1967, Northampton blossomed when local educators decided the community needed an affordable place to educate a well-trained workforce for local employers. Just like that, NCC took root on 165 acres of Bethlehem Township farmland, otherwise known as the Barracks. On the first day, 450 students were expected. When 846 showed up, Northampton Community College solidified its place as one of the best local colleges available. Today, NCC serves over 35,000 students and remains one of the most affordable colleges in Pennsylvania. Additionally, NCC offers an extensive culinary program, giving students the opportunity to cook alongside Chef Emeril Lagasse and Guy Fieri. Thanks to its low-cost and expansive locations, Northampton Community College proudly hosts the most diverse student body of all the colleges and universities in the region. No matter what campus you visit or what you're hoping to learn, Northampton Community College has something for you. I'm Katie, and that was a peek at the Valley.
Northampton Community College can accommodate learners of all ages. Up next, an all-girl summer construction camp.
This camp has impacted my life because it actually opened my eyes and realizing that it's possible to do what you think is impossible.
It's really important to teach girls these important trades from a young age because it builds a certain empowerment. You're not always counting on somebody else for things that you might need, whether you're in your own home with your family or you actually own your own house, that you have the independence to do things on your own. And I think as women, we want to build that type of empowerment.
Let's Build Camp for Girls is a camp where we learn every aspect of any construction field. We learn a lot about carpentry, all the trade-related things, and then also things like architecture. It's really hands-on, and we get to network and meet a lot of new people.
The Let's Build Construction Camp for Girls is a collaborative partnership between Associated Builders and Contractors and Construction Specifications Institute. It's a free camp for girls who are ages 14 to 18 to attend and explore architecture, engineering, and hands-on construction.
This week, we're building a shed.
We're really excited about this shed because the camp came to us and said, we have this really great idea. Every year the girls build something. So the shed was being built as part of our Toast to Hope event, and it's really great because the girls were able to have some input in the idea, and now they're here building it for one of our participants that came to our auction and bid on the shed.
It feels so good knowing that the shed is going to be used by someone who actually appreciates it.
The great part about the Let's Build Construction Camp for Girls is that we show all aspects of the construction industry, from product manufacturing to architecture to engineering and hands-on construction. So we really show them that you can either pick up a hammer, you can also be a mason, a plumber, you can design a building, or you can take part in product manufacturing.
I think it's so important to learn these skills at such a young age because even if you don't end up going into that field or something even relevant to it, you can still have them to work on the side and teach other people you know.
It's really amazing for me and also empowering to see the community work and the collaborations and the partnerships, because none of our organizations can do what we do without the collaboration. And I know at Habitat for Humanity in Lehigh Valley, we're extremely grateful for the partnership with ABC and with the Let's Build Girls Camp. And so seeing everybody come together to make this happen, for the shed, for our donor that came to the event, for the girls, showing them these skills, it's truly amazing.
It's a proud moment for all of us, and it's very emotional to watch the journey these girls have had with us over the past few years. They have been with us since the very beginning in 2017, and to see their skills develop and their confidence grow and their leadership grow, and for this moment of culmination, it's just a proud moment for all of us.
Knowing that I have all the skills I have now, it makes me feel prepared for the future.
This camp is important to me because I feel like I'm learning a lot of things to be more independent. I would encourage other girls to participate in this camp because it's an amazing way to empower yourself and prove that you are capable of anything.
What an incredible hands-on opportunity. Up next, how St. Luke's got a young athlete back to practice after a serious injury. Stay tuned, you're watching The Peak. This cheerleader tore her ACL mid-competition. See how St. Luke's used this unique therapy to speed up her recovery process.
I'm Alina Shehab and I'm a sophomore at Northampton Area High School. I've been cheerleading for 10 years. I tore my ACL during my cheerleading EPC competition. When I was in a stunt, I was in all the way at the top, and on my way down, my knee swung in. After I came down and I knew that I was hurt, I kept continuing on with the routine, thinking in my head like what I'm supposed to do next, because I was supposed to go back up into the air. But when I came off the girl's shoulders at the next part, I couldn't put any pressure on it, so I just fell right to the ground, and then they carried me off the mat.
When it initially happened, I didn't realize what had happened until my other daughter said, "Mom, I think Melina's hurt." As a mom, you just want to run there on the mat and help them, but you know you're not supposed to do that.
Melina tore her ACL, sprained her MCL, and had an osteochondral fracture of the femur. So we began to utilize blood flow restriction therapy. Blood flow restriction therapy is the utilization of a tourniquet to restrict blood flow to the region.
I put a sleeve over my leg first, and then I slip the Velcro on, and I press a button on the machine, and it compresses my leg to get my blood flow restriction, and then I would just proceed all exercises as normal.
When Melina comes in, I'll usually have her start off warming up on the treadmill. After that, she will come, lay down, and I will apply the tourniquet, and then we'll take basically her personal tourniquet pressure and the limb occlusion pressure. After that, then we can begin doing our exercises.
With physical therapy, she did really well. She followed everything they told her to do. Some days she would come home in a little bit of pain because they would try different techniques, but she really did enjoy going and doing the different things.
Today I feel 100%. I feel like I can do everything I could before I got hurt. I'm back to tumbling, stunting, and jumping.
I think that this equipment and this method is very unique because it helps speed up the recovery process. Here we're actually achieving hypertrophy without muscle breakdown. So it's very beneficial in that regard because we're building on already normal muscle. So to me, I think it's very fascinating just to decrease the amount of time that it takes to rehab somebody or rehab an injury.
I'm so thankful that they were able to help her in her recovery. She has been cheering for 10 years, so it's something that she loves to do. She loves to tumble, and I'm glad that she can get back to the sport she loves.
I enjoy working with young athletes to get them back to their sport as soon as possible. So anything that I can do that can help speed up the process, to me, I think that's the most important thing.
I really loved getting to know the St. Luke's team throughout my recovery process. I don't think I would be cheering today if it wasn't for St. Luke's.
Joining me today is Rick Grubb. He's a board-certified clinical specialist in orthopedic physical therapy. Rick, thanks so much for being here.
Excited to talk about this new treatment.
This seems like an innovative, awesome technology. Tell me a little bit more about what blood flow restriction therapy is and how it can help people.
The only bad thing about it is the name, because it does sound scary. But in reality, I've been a therapist for about 20 years, and it's the most exciting new tool that I've seen in my career. And it started in the military, actually, within the last 10 years. There was a program there called the Limb Salvaging Program, because a lot of soldiers were coming back with very horrible leg injuries from explosions. And the problem they were facing was their limbs were so badly damaged, there was no way to properly rehab them. They had too much pain and they had lost too much physical muscle mass. So the only alternative was to amputate their leg. So a therapist there, who was actually at the Center for the Intrepid in San Antonio, had refined this system. So with the use of blood flow restriction therapy, they found that they were able to significantly reduce the amount of amputations. And then professional sports teams started using it. And now every professional sports team across the board incorporates this into the rehab. And now finally it's available to the general public. And that's what we're doing here at St. Luke's.
Who's a candidate for this? When patients come into physical therapy, how do you identify someone who might be great for this therapy?
It's really kind of custom made for the post-surgical patient. And the reason being is that a lot of times after a surgery, we can't lift heavy weights. We're not allowed to because it could damage the structures that were surgically repaired. And there's also that pain component. I have found great success with the use of this after knee surgeries, like an ACL reconstruction, but we can also use it for the upper extremities. So that'd be something like a rotator cuff repair. And what it does is it allows us to build strength without having to lift heavy weights.
What about other physical therapies? I mean, are there people that come in with other injuries where this may play a role? And how important is physical therapy in the overall healing process?
So let's say we have arthritis in our knee. What happens, unfortunately, is the muscles around our knee joint shut down. And when they shut down, it makes the pain from the arthritis worse. This is a good intervention for somebody who could exercise with less pain and still be able to build muscle. Another thing we see is something called sarcopenia. Everyone, unfortunately, as we age, we lose muscle mass, and that's what sarcopenia is. There's a lot of research with the use of blood flow restriction in an older population, and this is one way we can kind of fend off that atrophy that occurs with age.
People often think of physical therapy as something that you get referred to, or maybe you do post-surgically, as you mentioned. But St. Luke's has a self-referral program. Who are the kinds of patients that might self-refer and come in to get an evaluation from yourself or one of your teammates?
Anyone who has a question about a pain they're having can come in and see a physical therapist, and it's a good idea to do so. And the reason being is the sooner someone gets a treatment for a problem, the quicker it gets better. And that's not just me saying that, that's based on research. So for example, when you start to get back pain, if you come in within the first week of getting that pain and get some treatment, you're going to recover about twice as fast as someone who doesn't get treatment.
Well, there's always something new. St. Luke's Physical Therapy is always on the cutting edge, Rick. So thank you for teaching us a little bit more about blood flow restriction therapy and what it can do for patients. It's something certainly on the cutting edge. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. You're watching The Peak.
You've heard of frozen yogurt, but have you ever heard of a pudding bar? Let's hear from Khanisa why she brought her famous pudding to the Lehigh Valley.
Hey everybody, welcome to Unscripted with Russo. I'm so excited. We have a wonderful guest, Khanisa Darby. Khanisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about Kenissas Desserts, and then we'll hear a little bit more about your journey.
Kenissas Desserts is basically a pudding-based a novelty dessert company. We make all different types of pudding, but with the banana pudding concept of layering with like cookies or cake. And then we also bake a lot of our items in-house, fresh daily. So we do a lot of just adding your favorite desserts with pudding and different variations.
Well, it's delicious. I can attest to that. So you're located in Easton. And before that, you guys had a cart, I believe, in the Lehigh Valley Mall.
Yes.
And now you're in Easton. Why Easton? You know, you grew up on the south side of Bethlehem. You came to the Lehigh Valley at 12. Tell me about the choice to be in Easton and why that's been a good fit for you.
We just kind of felt like it had a lot more of a vibrant feel to it. We love the appeal of the downtown, the different events that they have, like Bacon Fest. It's just a lot happening, which Bethlehem has as well. But it was also hard to find someone that would rent to us because we were young and inexperienced new entrepreneurs. So Easton embraced us, honestly, and it's been great ever since.
What do you think makes the Lehigh Valley unique? You know, why are you calling this home?
Growing up here, I saw just the area change from 2002 until now. And I just feel like it's growing even more. So it's kind of like cool that you were here before all the growth, because the Lehigh Valley is really becoming like a destination for a lot of businesses and for people that are looking for homes outside the city. So I feel like it's kind of changing the landscape of the area a little. But I just love the whole Lehigh Valley, honestly.
We're so grateful to have you as a part of the Lehigh Valley. We want to let people know Kenissas Desserts or Pudding Bar in downtown Easton. And of course, you can find them on Facebook, online. They take orders, they do takeout. Think of them for your next holiday, your next family meal, and just for fun on a Wednesday night, who knows. But Khanisa, it's been awesome getting to know you. You're really a gift to our community. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome. I love your show.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for listening. Until next time, be well. This is Unscripted with Russo.
For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sometimes it's nice to step away from the hustle and bustle of the Lehigh Valley. Eight Oaks Farm Distillery can provide you with just that. Let's check it out.
There's something very unique about when you come to the farm and you come to the distillery, because we're not your normal tasting room distillery experience. We really are a place for everyone, and everyone has a seat at our table. We have families, we have dogs, we have friends. It truly is just a place for everyone to come and enjoy, see farm views, and have a product that they can believe in.
The idea started in June of 2012. My wife had just been diagnosed with colon cancer. I was active duty Army at the time, and one of the things that was on our list was we wanted to make sure that we spent more time with family. And so what we did while she was recovering from treatments was made a list of all the things that we thought would make us exceptionally happy. We wanted to start a family business. We wanted to do something with agriculture. And so we just set out to try to figure out what business fit all of those things and checked all those blocks off of our list. And so that's the business model that we kind of set out to build. And it's built from the ground up with love all the way during the process.
Eight Oaks in the early days was one of those things where we thought kind of we'd never get there, and it was always looked like a pipe dream. But as it started coming more and more alive, we started to realize that, yeah, this is something that's going to be real, and it's going to be authentic, and it's going to be something genuine. And when we settled on our ultimate destination and our decision, it just felt absolutely perfect. And that's when we knew this is going to be something great.
So when we set out to build this business, of course, one of the first things you think about is what are you going to name in business? And we wanted something that really resonated and felt right and authentic. And so we have a tradition in our family that started back with my grandfather. When he went away from home and traveled for work, the only way to keep in touch was through letters. So he would write these letters, and at the end of the letter, he would always sign off with the number 8. And the number 8 to him was significant, that it was the 8 letters in I love you. So the 8 was something that was very significant in our family, and we wanted to communicate that and share it with other people.
When someone comes to the farm for the first time, they can expect to be welcomed like family. They can expect to have a great meal that's something traditional, but yet really exciting and flavorful. To have cocktails that are not your normal cocktail that you'd see on any menu. It's always something different. We're always changing cocktails with the season, using local ingredients. You can expect awesome views of the farm, and you can really see our grain bins and our tractors and our fields, and it's a whole farm experience.
What we do here is we grow wheat, rye, corn, and barley, and we turn those ingredients from the grain all the way to the bottle, creating rye whiskey and bourbon and vodka and gin and much more. What we're all about is at the heart of everything we do, it's our commitment to make our community a better place. So that kind of is our guiding principle that we use and the purpose of this company.
The farming process begins with selecting the seed varieties that you're going to utilize. We grow about 75 acres of that right here on the facility. You can see some of the fields from here. After planting, we'll wait for those to go to maturity, and then we'll store that grain for anywhere from 1 year to 2 years. And then we fresh mill that grain, mash it, ferment it, distill it, barrel it, bottle it, all right here on site. For me, that's the coolest part about it. Obviously, it's what I do day to day, but to get to see tiny little fledgling plants growing in a 20-acre field and then understand that that translates to 20,000 bottles of vodka per annual cycle for us is the coolest part.
We are more than a tasting room. We're a cocktail experience. We are a food experience, so we've partnered really closely with Trey Locally Sourced. They're part of our family and our crew at this point. You come here for a cocktail, a good meal, spend time with family. It's not a rushed tasting room experience. It's a relaxing, all-encompassing evening that you're gonna have when you come here.
One of the things we're proud of is our relationship to the community in direct ways. So one of the things we really wanted to do was have long-standing relationships with organizations that we felt strongly about. One of them is Cancer Support Community of the Greater Lehigh Valley. We also have partnered with Tales of Valor and then Farmers Veteran Coalition, and that's always a two-way street. They support us, and we're really proud to support them.
When we give back to our community, when we're part of our community, when we're involved, that becomes more of a story of who we are, and it helps develop our team and our business and what we do in the future.
We truly are a family farm distillery and family run. This started with my wife and my daughter and my son. My daughter is now our general manager. Logan is my son-in-law. He's also our lead distiller here at the distillery. And now they have a daughter, Willa, our granddaughter. So we have third generation working here at 1 year old. Our hope for the future is just to continue to be successful, and success to us is having a positive impact on the community, taking care of the crew, taking care of our family and our friends and the community in a way where we earn a reputation that we can be proud of.
Wow, those views are absolutely breathtaking, and the cocktails look pretty good too. For more information on anything of today's show, just go to our website, thepeaktv.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. At a girls' camp just for girls. That's why it's called the girls' camp. Hustle and bustle of the Lehigh. No. For more information, I didn't like that at all. Okay. Pennsylvania's most. Yeah.
The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
Like what you saw? Subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.